Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Purdue Boilermakers, Ross Age Stadium in West Lafayette, Indiana. As we'll see the number 21 team in the country, the West Virginia Mountaineers, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Purdue Boilermakers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Boilermakers will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And he's coming out of the end zone. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. the back. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front and make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs closer to the line of scrimmage, and that might open up some big plays down the field.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. And the quarterback is knocked down back in the 13. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Mountaineers will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Fair catch, called for and made. They'll give it to the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running a football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And just a great job on the defense being stout. All right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. That's caught. It's Henderson. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the first down. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
The Boilermakers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Here comes the heat. Intercepted to stop the threat. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
Tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver and they get to chase him, but really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. And some room to work. Turning it on. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. The Mountaineers come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw. It's Rivero. Finds his tight end. Just a quick, Rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
A little screen to the running back. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it up to 14.
Look, I know this offense didn't have the opening drive of the game they would have liked, but the defense now came away with a massive takeaway. Now you're seeing how that affects the offense. They're playing with a little bit of a pep in the step. Nice throw there, getting the first down. This offense all of a sudden looks a whole lot different than what they did the last time out.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. That's exactly what happened.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Makes the catch. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
Man, that play takes some protection. If you're going to stick it in the belly and that wide receiver is going to run down the field that far, I need some good protection, and I need my lineman not to go downfield. Nice job by the quarterback making the right read, being patient, throwing that strike.
And the Mountaineers have it in scoring position on first and goal. Trying to barrel in, and he will score! Touchdown, Mountaineers! A methodical drive that they finish off by to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air on first down. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get to the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught, it's Darnold. Oh, he's got some space. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. And the Boilermakers racing to the line in the hurry-up. Looking to throw on first down. That's reeled in, it's Darnold.
And on the slant route, I love the location of the throw by the quarterback. He's not making it difficult on his receiver. He's putting the football out in front, hitting his receiver right in the face mask and making it easy for him.
Back to pass on second down. Finds the tight end. And a good pickup there. They'll move the sticks for a first down. Let's see if they try to get another snap before the quarter expires. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and West Virginia has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. First play of the period, first down here. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard games just because the body blow effect.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. They flexed out that tight end a little bit, and you know the tight end's always open.
Always open, quarterback's best friend. And this guy's a problem, Reese. He's a matchup problem because he's too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. It's showing you his athleticism. Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up there.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
Second down, he'll throw it. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Quickly out to the tight end. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
The Boilermakers will try to convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on fourth down. Still going. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Purdue! When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And he tacked on the extra point. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. He wants to take the top off. Brings it in down the left side.
Well, I'll tell you, there are a lot of coordinators out there that would want to set up the shot, especially on the first play of the drive, maybe run the ball, and then a few plays later, go play action, make it look the same before shooting it downfield. They just did it right away on first down, first play of the drive. If you get the matchup, take the shot. And that's exactly what happened. Nice job.
And a decent game there before the defense makes the stop.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good game, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Quarterback knew he had man coverage there, and there was no question where he was going with it. Found his matchup on the perimeter, one-on-one, made an accurate throw, and they get the first down.
The Mountaineers will have it 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Rivero. He's going to let it go. That ball is intercepted at the goal line. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football. Picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
They're going back to the ground. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll give it to him again. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now, 4th down. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And he's sacked. A big play on 4th down to stop this drive. Great place to start for this offense. To the air, it's Rivero. Throws to the tight end. Working that left side. No, he loses the ball after the huge gain. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders. Here, it's a turnover.
And what a great play by the defense. With their backs against the wall, they create the fumble and then jump on it in their own end zone for the touchback.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. The give to the back. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Pocket breaking down. Fires to the big fella. Brings a tackle, and he's got room. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. Guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Might be calling a hot route. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
Well, one of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Trying to beat the D deep. Got it in stride at the 15. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Boilermaker!
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
He'll bring it out. It's Pope. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's got an alley. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is a field-flipping machine. Take it on one end, return it to the other.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense. We always talk about offense. But, man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. And the Mountaineers will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And he's not going to take the touchback. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
The Boilermakers come to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on second down. Give to the running back. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The Boilermakers really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Catch in the middle. It's Darnold. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning two. That was beautiful.
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure, it gets to him, and they force the incomplete.
The give to the back. Got some room in under the goal line. Touchdown, Purdue! And that one will come up here in the second half. That trip to the end zone is
productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box. Still, this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
How about this? These guys are going for 2. From the gun, looking for a man. Trying to get it away, and he cannot. The quarterback is sacked, and so is the 2-point conversion attempt. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. West Virginia has it in the offense ready to go to work. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row now, they've got to find them.
CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. We got to stop turning the football over.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
Well, I know this guy is really athletic, but it's going to be hard to outrun a DB. It was a really nice job scrambling, trying to get what he could get on that third down. But there's the DB in the open field. Nice job rallying to the quarterback, getting him down. Now it's decision time for the offense, 4th and short.
On 4th down, looking to pass. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you've set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back and bite you right in the eye. Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be 3rd down.
And a golden opportunity slips away from the defense there. That's one he'd love to have back. He knows he should have come away with the interception there in the red zone.
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his big tight end. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
This would likely be a chip shot for the field goal kicker, but they want the touchdown instead. They'll go for it on 4th down. Hauls it in, the first down and more. Touchdown, Boilermaker! A great catch and run for 6. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting. Had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
And after the extra point, they're on top by 12. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Tennessee is on top, but it's not like Peyton Manning or T. Martin are playing quarterback today, which is why they can't pull away. They're up by a field goal over LSU. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Looking downfield, it's Rivero. Fakes to grab. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down.
Into the secondary on the right. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
This is a very well-executed play, but I love the individual effort by the receiver out in space. He was able to make a guy miss and then advance the football.
Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the big fella. Looking for room at the 30. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
The Mountaineers getting set on 1st and 10. Throws to the back. It's complete to the right. Touchdown, Mountaineers! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. Getting set for the point after.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They go to the ground. Breaks into the open. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploiting through it. How about that nice, big, huge game? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking to fire. Just a short pass to the tight end. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So we open the final period with a third down play. Wants to throw on third down. Got his man. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
And the Boilermakers are on the move. Wants to throw on first down. Dumps it off in the flats. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space and getting that fast dude on the ground.
Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
Dude, talk about having to have it. We needed to force the turnover. We had to get the football back. They're in such a good position to run out the clock, try to win. No, sir. Our ball, first down.
Makes the grab. It's Pope. And good coverage by the defense. Just a short game. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Dropping back, it's Rivero. Looking left. That's caught. It's Pope. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Gonna swing it on 2nd down. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Those outside linebackers nowadays are so fast. They got to cover ground. You can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. First of all, that's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all day.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Fires to the wideout. Complete on the comeback. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. And the Mountaineers have it with a 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw on 1st down. Right on the money. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. The Mountaineers headed quickly to the line. Scanning the field, it's Rivero. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win in David, they've got to be able to eliminate the penalties.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Picks up the 1st down. At the 35, he's got more. And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats. The Boilermakers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Out of the gun, the inside kid. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Making side adjustments here. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense went to battle up front.
Big 3rd down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on 3rd down.
We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. This third down play might be the last chance for this defense to stay in the game. From the gun, wants to pass. And the throw out to the sideline, good for a few. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set, why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. Looking to throw, it's Rivera. Good timing on the quick out. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock as the offense moves closer, trying to pull it out. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
Hey, and you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. 4th quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the first down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
He's got him in the flat. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
Well, offensively, they knew they were going to have some matchups they could take advantage of in this one. And all of a sudden, this quarterback has now over 300 yards passing in the game. Defensively, David, he has got them on their heels.
And he's been showing you a little bit of everything. He can throw it all over the field to all different receivers, to his tight ends, to his running backs. Really has the ability to spread it around. And now over 300 yards. Still some time left, and he can put up even bigger numbers. Heck, go chase some awards, man. Get some postseason awards. Get an All-American. Just put up a day.
This time on target. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
In this offense, they got another positive game, but I think they're going to have to start pushing the ball down the field a little bit. Got to make some plays. That clock is not your friend. You got to speed up. Maybe work the middle of the field a little bit, but make sure we get first downs, and the rest of the time work the sidelines.
He wants it all. Touchdown, West Virginia. And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. We got the lead late in the game. I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it for me.
And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed.
And the offense tries to take matters into their own hands. Like, down one, I want the 2-point conversion. I want to take the lead. Now, the defense is going to have to come up big, try to get them the football back.
He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. The defense really did its job, David, and now the offense can put a little breathing room in this one.
Yeah, breathing room would be great, but it's nice to know that you can depend on your defense. Coming up with a big stop, Jesse. I still got the lead. I'm still in a good spot.
And, David, you'd love to be able to pay off that defensive effort by closing this thing out, putting a beautiful drive together here when it matters most.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
And I think the defense would be really happy with where they're at right now. If they knew they had held their stud down to his little yards, but they're trailing. And this is the time where he's going to get the ball even more. So they got to be ready for him. It's going to him. He's a great.
And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. And the Mountaineers line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Fires to the tight end. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Wants to go up top on first down. Firing to the right, complete. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left. The Boilermakers in a good spot here with second and short. Back to throw, and he's running out of time. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
On third and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Quickly complete. He gets it down to the 36 before being knocked out of bounds. And this field goal attempt might be their chance to save themselves. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout, West Virginia.
The Boilermakers will snap it on first and 10. Quarterback making checks. To the air on first down. Makes the grab outside. It's Darnold. He'll step out of bounds right at the 27. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. The holder will mark his spot at the 34. A 44-yard attempt, almost certainly for the game. And the kick is going to miss to the left. Hooked it, no good. You want to talk about building confidence, coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters. This team has guys that have played a lot of snaps. They've seen a lot of looks, and they've lost close games like this in the past. That wasn't the case today, David. Too many guys out there making big-time plays.
And I think belief is what you build. That confidence, you know you're going to win. You don't think you're going to win. You know you're going to make that play in the big moment that continues to build on week-to-week success. And you look up and you're like, dang, we strung a couple wins together.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports.